Hey, everybody, welcome. Today, we're going to be focusing on the new community feature in Clickfunnels 2.0. Full disclosure, we're just starting to get into using it. So I'm going to walk you through how you set it up, how you get people into your community, and then what our plan is and geek out of how we're going to use community. And then we're going to just do a little bit of testing in it. If you are in our Cornerstone program or our Continuum program, you should have received an email earlier today granting you access into the community. So if you're watching this, you can go in there and start making posts, and maybe they'll pop up on the screen while I am sharing my screen. If you got that email and you're like, oh, the link's broken, which we've heard from the Clickfunnels 2.0 system emails, like the link may not be taking you to the right place. You can go to, we put it on a banner here, go to geekoutconnect.com / community, I think, and it should take you there. And there we go. Okay, so if you go there, log in. If you are not in our programs and you go here and you log in, you're not going to be able to see anything. So you may not want to put in the effort logging in and creating an account here. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me get this moved over here. This one moved here. Okay. I'm going to show you a few things today. So we're going to show what does the community feature look like as in the back end as you're setting it up? And then what does it look like as a user using it? And how do you control access to everything? What is a strategy that you could use with it? And then how to get access and all that stuff. So here is where you find it in the settings. Also, let me know that you're here. I know some of you were looking for this live. I'm a little late today. So here we are. And I should be able to see your comments and everything coming in. Awesome. Okay. So in your sites menu in the 2.0 account, I'm going to see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Sites and then community, and that will land you here. Yours will probably be blank if you're the first time user of it. You can see the URL right here, geekoutconnect.com/community. You will not see anything in there until I actually grant you access. So to get access, you have to be in one of our programs right now. Okay, so here's how we have ours set up. Actually, let me back up for a sec. Let me tell you about the different levels and how community works. So you have your community as a whole. Inside of community, and actually, maybe we could do a excuse me, my throat's really dry since COVID hit me again. You guys can't see that yet. I'm going to share something with you here in a second to really help you understand how this works. Let me add this. Okay, we're going to pull up Canva and do a drawing here. Let's see. I'm going to share a different screen. Sharing screen, window. Okay, here we go. All right, you guys should be seeing my Canva now. Awesome. All right, so here's how the architecture of community works. We have your community. And then, let's see, community. Let's see if I can... I don't know if we can format this the way that I need it to be formatted. So we're going to do this and this and this. Okay. All right. We have our community. This is the overall shell, right, of community. And then within community, you have what they call your groups. Your groups are going to be... we're treating them as our different... if we were to have different, please don't make me move that over. If we were to have if you're familiar with using a Facebook group as a buyer group, and sometimes people have a buyer group per offer or per per like program. So like we have a level 1 group of people, level 1 membership of our continuity, and we also have a level 2. We're talking about 2 different things. We don't necessarily want them mingling together, but they both need their space to come and have a community. So if you were to create multiple groups on Facebook for it, you're going to want multiple groups in your community. So for example, we would have, well, I'm not going to put it on here. I'll show you the example in a moment. So this is the group level, and I'll just make a couple of these for the sake of our diagram. And then within groups, we have topics. I love the colors it's giving me. Okay, we've got group, and then we have topics. Topic. And then you might have, let's make that a little bit smaller. You might have several of these within your group. Come on, here we go. Okay. Okay, you might have several of these in here. And then within your topics is going to be your posts. People will be able to make posts. So we'll go ahead and stick our post here. And now now you can understand the architecture of what's happening. Okay. So we got community. Within community, you can make groups. Within your groups, you can have different topics. And within your topics, that's where the posts are happening. And we'll just go one more level deep. And I'll zoom in here so we can appreciate this a little bit and see it. We'll go light. We already have light. We'll go red. This would be like comments, people making comments on the post. Okay. We'll do comments. All right. So the places that people are actually interacting are going to be, your users have the ability to create posts. And then they also have the ability to comment on posts. The topics and the groups, you as the community owner have control over that. Okay. So hopefully that all makes sense. Now we will go into, I might refer to this again, but let me come back and I'll share my entire screen so that I don't have to keep unsharing and resharing. Okay, so now we're back to here. All right, so we're in the community. Here are my groups. So we've got add new group, right? Now what we've decided in Geek Out, we're experimenting at this point. This is not like a do it this way kind of thing. This is what we're going to try and we're going to see how it goes. So for our groups, we have a group. I don't know if we're going to use this at all, but we made a team one, like our internal, if we want to have an internal place to like post stuff. And I don't know if we're going to do this because we also have like our Voxer channel and we have like a group messenger. And so I don't know if we ever going to use this, but maybe we'll use it for testing or something. So we have like an internal group for it's only the 4 or 5 members of our team are going to ever have access to this. Then we have Geek Out General. This is for everyone, like all of our users in our community, like a general place. And I'll show you what our plan is for this. Then we have our two programs. This is our level 1 Cornerstone, our level 1 of our continuity, and then we have Continuum, our level 2 of our continuity. So it's like our lower ticket offer membership, and then our higher ticket membership. And then we're going to eventually, at some point, this is a little Easter egg teaser. At some point, we're launching a 3rd membership, which is completely towards building a funnel building agency. Okay. So those are our groups. Basically, they're like spaces for these people to come and interact. Only people who are in our Cornerstone program will have access to the Cornerstone one. Only people in our Continuum program will have access to the Continuum group area. The plan with the general one is like everyone who's in here, whether they're Cornerstone or Continuum or agency, they're all going to have access to this general, because rather than like if we needed to come and post something to everybody, like a special event is happening, I don't want to have to go and post it in multiple places. I just want one place to post it, and I know everyone's going to see it. Okay. Which I think is really, really awesome. Something you cannot achieve with the Facebook group. Your Facebook groups don't have like a singular point where you can go and post something and multiple groups are going to see it. So I think that's pretty awesome. Okay. Now within the groups, if we click on our group name, it will take us to this page where we can then add topics and there's an add new topic button. So we've chosen in our general, this is what we've thought of so far, announcements, events, and then we have a book club. Both our Cornerstone and Continuum levels get to watch book club recordings. And so they both can come into this general place and interact together about a common topic that they both get to interact with, which is book club. So you also see that there's some really cool icons here. So I'll show you what the settings look like on all of these as well. The settings so if you were adding a new topic, this is the page you would get and you would fill in. You get to choose like, well, which group does this need to go into? What is the name of your topic? What it will kind of pre-fill this path, but you can change it if you'd like to. If they need to go and purchase something, an upgrade to get access to this topic, where would they go? Where would you send them? You can add an image. I'll show you what the card is. And then here's the emoji. I chose to add an emoji to it, so it kind of makes it stand out a little bit. And then we do have privacy settings. I'm still, I need a test to make sure I understand what's happening with these settings. But from what I can gather, so there's 3 different ones. We've got open, which means anyone in your community can see and join this topic. From what I'm gathering so far, and this could be wrong because it's a little bit untested. I'll have to do a follow-up video when I am able to test multiple situations of like, well, this person signed up to this group, but not this group. Are they still able to see things, and what are they able to see? But from what I gather, that based on the group level settings, they wouldn't be able to see this topic if they're not part of the group, no matter which of these you set it on. So I think that maybe there's if I'm correct, I think that there's a way that this is worded problem. And I think what it should say is anyone in your group can see and join this topic, because and this is a hypothesis, I will show you why I think this. Because if we come over to our group settings, so we're in our general topics, I'm going to come to our group settings. I have the ability to have hide from non-members. If enabled, this group will not be visible in the sidebar unless the customer belongs to one of the topics within the group. So if I have not added them, given access to this group, they won't even see this, which means they shouldn't see the topics within it, which means if we come back to our topic settings, this one here should be like, if they can't see the group, how are they going to be able to join the topic? Okay, so if we have that, I hope this is correct. If we think about it that way of like, okay, so if they're already part of my, whatever I call it, the GeekOut General group, then I want them to be able to join and see this topic. Because not just because they have the topic created does not mean that they've joined it. And I wonder if I have an example of that situation. So this is what the user side looks like. If I come to one of our Continuum, if I come to our Continuum ones, I may have joined all of these, so this may not be a great example. There we go. Here's one right here. We added this topic after I granted myself access to this area. So I actually don't have access to this topic yet because I haven't joined it yet. So keep that in mind while we're walking through these settings. It is possible to belong to a group, but not belong to a topic. So if we come back to our settings, it's showing like anyone in your community can see and join this topic, which means it's going to show me the topic and I have the ability to come and join it. I'm already in the group. Now, if I set it to members can only be added by you or by purchasing through your upgrade URL, what that does is, and I wonder, let's see, let's go to that one. I'm going to go to the linchpin plan in Cornerstone so that you can see what this looks like. It actually takes away that button and it replaces it with a private like label on it. Let's see, that was Cornerstone. Go to linchpin plan settings. We'll switch it over to private and save it. And come back over to here. We'll do a quick refresh and we'll see how that changes. See, now it says private topic. I cannot join it, but I am a member of this group. It just means that rather than allowing anyone in the group to join the topic on their own accord, you have to grant them access to the topic. So it does give us a lot of control over being able to manage the space. With that said, you know how we are using different groups for our different levels? It would be possible to have these joined together and just have like everything that, I mean, I feel like that would be more messy, to be honest, the way that we're wanting to do it. But it would be possible to join them together and then like give Cornerstone access to some of the topics, give Continuum access to some of the topics. And then this other setting that we have would actually hide it. So we've got the 3 settings, right? One of them, it shows it, allows me to join it. Second one, it shows it, but it doesn't allow me to join it. And the third one should be, it doesn't even show it to me if I don't have access to it. So let's do a refresh on this page. Yeah, it doesn't even show it to me. So it does give you a lot of flexibility in how you can handle and manage and organize your communities. And I think that there's probably no, I don't have a guide on the best way to do it at this point. We're in experimental mode right now. We'll see what is the best way to do it. I think if you used other communities like Circle or Discord and you're like, oh, I already know like the best way to organize my community, then awesome. I would love for you to come and teach us as well. Okay, so that's what those settings are on the topic level. I'm going to switch this one back over to open and update the topic. And then let me go back over to our group settings just to make sure we covered everything here. So that was topic level. And again, we're going to come back to this topic level that's within a group. We're going to come back out here to the group level and look at those settings. So our options are hide from non-members. This is about the group. If I'm not part of the group, it will not be visible. So if I am not in Continuum and I don't have access to this, it will not show it to me on this side. That's what that setting means. If you have it enabled. Okay, then there's a setting of only show joined topics. So if enabled, customers will only see topics in the sidebar that they have joined already. So if that is true, let's go ahead and switch that one on. Then we should not see, because right now I haven't refreshed yet. I am not part of this linchpin plan topic yet. So if I do a refresh, that should go away. Did I update it? Okay, just now successfully updated. Let's do another refresh. Okay, it's not going away. So I'm not sure if that setting is working or maybe it's just not doing what I think it's doing. If enabled, customers will only see topics in the sidebar that they've already joined. So I think that should hide because I am not part of that topic. It's letting me into the topic. There's an extra layer here of questions because I'm logged in as an admin. So I think some of it may be affecting some of it. So we're going to assume that works. It's just not working for my account because I'm logged in as admin. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn that back off and update it because I don't want people I want them to have the topics over in their sidebar, whether they've joined them or not, because I want them to know that they exist in this particular situation. Okay, the next setting is automatically add members to new topics within group. So remember when I said this got added after I was a member of this Cornerstone group, and that's why I'm not actually officially in the topic. I haven't joined it yet. If you have this turned on, which I did not have turned on at the time, it will automatically make everyone who's already in here join new topics that you create. And then the last setting is automatically add members to this group when they join a topic inside it. This one I'm not quite clear on the use case for, but if we have it on, it means if someone were to come join a topic in a group that they are not a part of, it will automatically add them to the group. I think that there's some things that are dependent on that. Like you would have to have hide from non-members turned off so that that group is still showing to people that aren't actually a part of it. And then they would also need to be able to see the topics within it that they haven't joined yet. And so if they join one of the groups or join one of the topics, it will automatically make them join the group. I don't know a situation where you would want someone to be able to join a topic but not get added to the group that topic is in. So again, they're giving us a lot of flexibility. I'm not sure of the use cases around all of the options, all of the potential ways you could set it up. So I think time will tell on what is needed and what gets used. But I think in general, the way that I have the settings here are going to be how you're going to want the settings. I'm going to guess in most cases. Okay. Are you guys with me? Are you following? I see you guys watching, silently watching. I'm going to keep going on, and I think I'm seeing all of the comments in all of the places. Okay. All right. So that is, we've covered group level. So community is the shell. We've covered what a group is. We've covered topics, how to set up your topics. So far, all of these things are community owner controlled. Now we start getting into posts and comments. So posts and comments are what your users are going to be able to do, as well as yourself. So if we come into here, we already have a post showing up in our general questions. So one of you may have come in here. We'll explore who has left our first post in our general questions area of our Cornerstone. So Cornerstone's the group, general questions is the topic. And then when you click into a topic, either clicking over on the side or clicking here. The way I got to this screen is by clicking on the group instead of the arrow. So arrow will expand and collapse. Clicking on it brings us to this group page. And so if we click into general questions, we have a post. Okay. So we've got Fred, who has joined our community. He is posting his first thing. We'll come back to this if it's relevant. And he's made his post. So it says that I'm not logged in right now, but I am logged in. So I'm not sure on that. Let's see if I am able to comment on his. Oh, the post requires approval. So that brings me back to additional things you need to know. Okay, when we come back to our back end of community in your 2.0 account and you are on the community page, seeing your groups, if you come to this shield button, it will give you some options of what posts do you want to look at. So I'm going to click on unmoderated posts and it should show me Fred's that needs to get moderated. We have Christopher also who jumped in here. So I can come in here. I have the ability to approve the posts. So let's see. We are going to click on the settings over here. We've got approve post, disapprove post. We can edit the post. I can delete the post. I can report the post, and I can also pin it to the top. We're going to go ahead and approve the post. And we're going to approve this post. So just to kind of clarify, I'm an admin, so I'm seeing this post in here, but it's not getting displayed to everyone else. I'm only seeing it because I'm admin. It doesn't show until you've actually come in and approved. So we'll approve this one as well. And then if we do a refresh on this, we now have that yellow bar has gone away. I should be able to comment here. Hey, Fred, checking out your post live on Geek Out. We'll come back to answer. Post it. So this is a comment that I'm leaving on here. Okay, so we've got, when we come back to Canva, we've got a post and then we've got comments, how we're all used to dealing with posts and comments. So Fred was able to come in here and leave his own post in this general questions topic. And now we have my comment showing up. Let's see where Christopher's post is at. It's probably in Continuum. And let's try, this is interesting because maybe it's in general. There we go. Geek Out General. I haven't joined these topics yet either. So I have to join and then I can come in here and look at it. There's Christopher's post. Okay. So this is awesome because we have Christopher who is in our Geek Out General group, and he's a member of our Continuum group. And then we have Fred, who is in our Cornerstone and in our General. So everyone gets put in a General, right? So he's in our Cornerstone area, and then Christopher's a member of Continuum. We keep them separate because of content and material taught in each program. They're gonna have a different sets of questions. They're gonna be in different places in their journey. So we want to keep those separate, but they have a common place where they can come and interact together. And our two separate communities have a central place to interact with each other, which is awesome. And we probably will add a topic in here that is for like introduce yourself, like building the community type of stuff. Like Christopher came to our announcements topic to add in his hello, I'm so excited to be here post, when really we probably should have a topic that is specific for Christopher to come in and do that. So all things that we are learning as we go. If you have a group already on a different platform and you create threads, that would be you could consider turning your typical threads. Like sometimes there's a thread of like, come to this thread and promote your link, or come to this thread, promote your Instagram, like your Instagram channel so we can all follow you, or come to this thread if you have a question, or come to this thread if you're looking for a service as someone in the community to partner with on this, on a project or whatever. If you have posts that you're using as threads in your groups, consider turning those into topics if you deem it necessary. So otherwise you may just make it a post and allow the comments to be the conversation in there. But I would consider turning them into topics if there's a bigger need for that. So that's how I'm thinking about topics, definitely. Okay, I think we've covered the structure. This is how it looks. Let me stop. Let's see. Okay, I see a bunch of questions over in StreamYard. Let me just pause for a second and catch up on where you guys are at. Okay, we've got Angelica's watching. Love the community feature. Posted my first post in the Geek Out Academy community. I don't know who that is. Might be Christopher. So good to see this in action. An introduction section or a general conversation section would be awesome. Yes, definitely seeing the need for that. Amazing. Okay. So I think we've covered everything. Oh, I haven't. Let me show you how you actually add people into your community. So that's why I have a third tab open. That is our workflows. Okay. So we've covered, let me just back up for a moment. We have covered the community. We have covered how to set your groups, how to set your topics, how people are posting, where you come to moderate your posts. You can also check your disapproved posts. People can report posts, so you can come check that, reported comments, and then reported Learning Hub comments. That's a totally separate thing. Those comments don't even show up in community. So I'm not going to talk about that today. We'll talk about that another day. And then I don't think I've clicked into the community settings yet. So it's really basic stuff. Your community name, you can set a logo image for it. I'm not even sure where that shows up because I thought I was changing this up here when I set that logo image and it didn't change. So I'm not even sure how to set that, what this is even for. Oh, there's this setting, make this community private. Your community will not be accessible to visitors. Only invited contacts or buyers will be able to view. So like if you're watching and you went to our community link and you're like making a login or signing in and you're getting redirected to somewhere else, this is why, because I have the setting turned on. So you cannot actually join our community unless you are invited in, which I will get to in a moment. Actually right now, because we've gone through all the settings for community. Okay, so the way that you give access to your community is actually through workflows. So let me actually pull this down for a brief moment, make sure I'm in the right space. Yeah, we'll go ahead and share this. Okay, so when you go to your workflows, it is in the marketing area of your settings and then workflows. And so you can see we have two eventually these are actually just going to be part of the onboarding workflow. So when someone joins down one of these like this one, when people join our Cornerstone program, they get put into this workflow. The community access, I'll just go ahead and add it right into that workflow. But because we were kind of retroactively letting people in, I created a separate workflow. So let's go ahead and look at the Cornerstone one. And so you could put a trigger here. You don't have to. You can see there's a trigger here, but there's 0 active triggers. It's not necessary because if you're manually putting people through this workflow to give them access. If you need this workflow to trigger based on like a purchase, then you're going to set your trigger up here for that. But the important step for granting community access is to make sure you have this grant community access step in here. So you're going to click on the plus. It's going to open your side menu over here. And you've got grant community access, and you also have revoke community access. So if someone cancels their subscription and that means that they don't get to be in your community anymore, you can have this step included in your workflow that you should have in place that triggers when a subscription gets canceled. Okay, so grant community access gets added in to let them in, and then I'll show you what this looks like. Go to step settings. Now I've noticed there is a bit of a bug that I have reported where it appears like your settings aren't being saved, but they are. So I'll show you what I mean by that. I just want to give you a heads up on that because when I come in here, these should show as checked because this is my Cornerstone workflow. And when I have people joining our Cornerstone program, they should be getting access to the general group and the Cornerstone group. And you can see over here, we've got 3 out of 3, 3 out of 3. These are the topics. You can expand this. So these are the 3 topics that I have right now in general, the 3 topics we have right now in Cornerstone. I want to give them access to all of it right off the bat. When you save this and you come back in, it will, at the moment, till they get it fixed, it will appear like, oh, it didn't save. Like there's no check marks over here. However, a great indication that it did save is at least they have over here, it still is showing 3 out of 3 and 3 out of 3. If you expand these, it's still showing that you're giving them access to this. And obviously it is working because we've had 2 community members come through and they've been able to post. And this is how I gave them access. So it is working. They just need to fix that one thing. Okay, so that's how you give access. You just set that up, click on the things that they are needing to get access to, and then we just put a delay in here just for the fun of it. But you could have the automation, the workflow end. You can have, there isn't an actual end workflow step. It is just the default one down here in the gray. But that's all that there is to it. And then when they cancel, you'll just do the same thing, but revoke community access. And you're just going to choose the things that you're going to have revoke. And that's how you take away the access. So it's super easy, all automated. They do get sent an email when they receive the community access. I think that those are working. I know that for one of our community members, the button, the link that was connected to the button in that system email wasn't quite working. So it probably isn't a terrible idea to like, if you're giving them access based on a purchase and you have a like thank you fulfillment email getting sent out to them, probably also include the link to your community in that email as well in case the system email fails, or the link is taking them to a weird spot. Because at this point, I don't believe we have the ability to edit the system emails. So this is the link you would give people to come and join your community. Come log in to your community. And that's all that there is to it, really. It's really simple to set up. Just organize how do you want your groups and your topics to be. And from there, it seems to work really well. Now, the trick from this point is getting people to actually use it. Ideally, your community is living inside of your membership area where you're delivering your content. For us right now, our membership area is over in ClickFunnels Classic. And now we're experimenting with this community that is in 2.0. So they are disconnected. So the adoption of the community is probably going to be a bit harder for us, for our customers to start using, because of that reason. But actually, let me share one more time. You can see over here on the side, if you have this other menu, so there's community, they can go to their account so they can update like their subscriptions and everything, phone numbers, addresses, payment methods, invoice history. Like, so there's a place for them to now manage their subscription and their billing. Dashboard would take them to where they're supposed to view your content. Again, ours isn't in 2.0, so I have just this page of our customer center that's directing everybody to our 1.0 members area, or back to the community, because now our side navigation went away when we came to this. So it's like, take me to the community and then back to the account and billing settings and stuff. So it's a little bit disjointed. We're still working on the best way that we want to work that out. But I think from this point on, it's really about encouraging people to come in and use it. The best way you can do that is inside of your program, inside of your actual content area and your courses and your lessons. Have call to actions, like have actions in your lessons that are literally like, okay, now go to this group in the community, and go to this topic in this community and share your big takeaway or share your homework or share something, right? Have them come share something, get them to come back to the community over and over and over again. And then it becomes this thing that they actually get used to using, and your true community can be built. Time will tell how it goes for us in 2.0. So if you are in our community already and you're watching this right now, help us by using it. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Christopher, yeah, I see you in the comments here. You definitely think it has massive potential. I agree. Like, it's really simple. It's really basic. You have the ability to control it in a lot of ways. It's not hard for you to get in there and post as a user. And so, yeah, I think the potential is there. I think so, for sure. Kevin, thanks for watching. Can't wait to create your community and help others with it. Love it. All right, awesome. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to show you today for communities. I hope that was super helpful in walking through how to set it up, how to use it, how it looks to your users when they're posting, and how you approve everything and everything, all the things. If I didn't answer one of your questions about communities, please leave it in the comments wherever you are watching this. I will make follow-up video. I will come reply to your comment, whatever I need to do to make sure that I get you an answer around community. So that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys later. Take care.